Hello guys, welcome to Motorasium. We speak today about the change of the logo of Peugeot. As you know, a few weeks ago, Peugeot presented a new logo that is very different compared to the previous one. The previous logo, it's the current logo that we find on the Peugeot car. There is a lion, full body lion, that is called the rampant lion, a stand-up lion. In the current logo, in the future logo, there is only the head of the lion. Well, actually, I'm not an expert of classic Peugeot, but I make a quick research and I see that for more than 100 years, the lion is the symbol of Peugeot. Anyway, what I discovered is that during the 60s, a logo very similar to the new one was the main logo of Peugeot. So with only the head of the lion. If you see it in the picture now, you see that the two logos are, they are quite similar. There is a kind of heritage in the new logo of Peugeot. But now we see the question, and why a car manufacturer, after they spent millions of euros in commercial on TV, on the internet, on newspaper, and even on every car on the street people see and recognize a logo, why at one point they want to change the logo? Especially in the case of Peugeot, change quite a lot the logo that is not more recognizable by the customer. Well, actually, the first point is that it's not such rare, it's not so strange that a car manufacturer at one point changed the logo. It's happened during the years. In fact, if you write on Google favorite brand, and write logo history, you see all the logo that they have during the times with the evolution. On the other side, we see that some brands, some car manufacturer decide to be quite conservative and they made, some restyling of the logo, maintaining the original design. I would say, for example, Alfa Romeo or BMW or Ford. You see the logo of 40 years ago, you see the logo today, you are able to say, it's the same logo, it's the same brand. You are not confused about. On the other side, we have some other manufacturer that changed the logo, quite a lot during the years. One example, since I'm Italian, it's Fiat. Fiat, I remember, you see the logo of Fiat on the screen. I remember at least the last 4 logos of Fiat, not because I'm passionate about classic cars, but because I saw them on the streets, quite a lot of cars with such many different logos made by Fiat. By the way, the last one I think it's good, the last with the red color. The one of the 90s, I think it's horrible even watching it today. Anyway, let's go back to our question and see why Peugeot changed the logo. And more general, why a car manufacturer at one point want to change the logo? Well, usually the logo is changed when a car manufacturer wants to communicate to the people, to the customer, that something is changing. They want to communicate a disruption with the past and say, we are making a transformation, and in order to underline them to the customer, we change also the logo. We make also a new logo. So you see something has changed and we are communicating to them with that instrument. There is not a precise, cause. And you say they change the logo because they have changed that. But according to different situations, car manufacturer can decide to change the logo. For example, if there is a relaunch of a brand, they can decide to change the logo. If the manufacturer is bought by another company, they may decide to change also the logo. If change the management of a company and they say we'll change the logo. If a company have to be, there is a restyling of a company and they say we have to go back on profits, everything change the logo to communicate to external people, investor, customer, but even employee that something has changed. So the reason is let's express to the market that something is changing. By the way, for example, one reason to change the logo is to communicate a different technology. That is the case of the last years in which many manufacturers are launching electric cars, and they want to communicate the customer that the business, the products of the companies are changing. They are launching electric car and they change also the logo. It's quite frequent because if you see many car manufacturers change the logo in recent times due to the electric revolution, let me say. One example is BMW and Volkswagen. They launch new logos that are even more essential, even more light compared to the previous one. It's a tendency, by the way, that is a tendency that we see in the recent years to make logos that are more essential in general. I'm not a designer, so I cannot tell you they are making such change because this logo is communicate that the brand is more green, is more light. I don't know, I don't have any ideas. There are probably some psychological and design study that express why the new logos are more essential than in the past. If you know, write in the comments, because frankly speaking, I don't want to say bullshit about this stuff. And but what we see is that many brands in recent years are making lighter logo. So it's a tendency that is not only for the car business but in general. Let's go back to Peugeot. Why Peugeot changed the logo so much? Frankly speaking, I think that Peugeot wants to underline to the market that something is changing a lot, let me say. Something is changing in Peugeot and wants that everyone be aware of it. The first reason, of course, is about the electric car, because Peugeot also has launched electric cars and have a plan to launch many electric cars also in the future. And they make this new logo that I don't know if it's a bullshit, but the lion from some expert reminds me some Thunderbolt. Maybe it's not, so tell me if you think like me that they seem a Thunderbolt. The reason, and that is one reason. The second reason is that, as you know, Peugeot is part of the Stellantis group. Stellantis group is the results of the merge of Fiat Chrysler group and PSA group. Fiat Chrysler was an Italian-American group, PSA was a French group. They merged together and they have, let me say, a lot of brands. Many car experts, me included by the way, are underlying that there are I would say too many mass products inside the group, because there are too many mass market brands. There you have Peugeot, Citroën, Opel, Fiat and Lancia, because Lancia at the moment have only one model that is for mass production, the Y. So at this point I think, that is my opinion, that they have to decide in all these 5 brands at least one that have to be a bit more premium, let me say. With a bit more premium, I say not premium because they have l'Alfa Romeo, Jeep and DS, but a higher level compared to mass products, so to create a bit of differentiation inside the lineup. So probably the chosen brand is Peugeot, and with the change of the brand they want to reposition also Peugeot, the redesign of the logo, by the way, sorry. They want to reposition Peugeot in the way that is a bit more premium compared to the others, compared to Citroën, Fiat and Opel. That's my idea, maybe it's not. And from this point of view will be, I don't want to say a revolution, but an important step to create a more consistent lineup. Because you know, when you merge two different companies, that they were not planning 5 years ago to make a merge, so they made different plans. At one point you have to coordinate the two companies and to make a rationalization inside the product range and the brand range, let me say. So I think that Peugeot wants to communicate also with the launch of the brand. Another final consideration, at the moment if you see the website of Peugeot, you see that the new logo is on the Peugeot website, but on the car you see the old logo in this moment. They say that the new logo will appear on the new Peugeot 308 in the next future, and I think that we will see also the logo on also the other product on of Peugeot in the next months, within 1 year. So the car will have the new logo on the front. I don't have an idea, so it's just a personal consideration, because you have to consider that change the logo on a car, I mean, change the logo even if in a medium companies is a complicated stuff, because you have to change everything, even some parts, some documentation. There are many aspects that you even don't remember where, but you know that you have put the logo and you have to change it. So it's not something that happened from one day to the other. Maybe they need some months, maybe 1 year to change the logo on all the Peugeot product range. And even, for example, also the dealer. Think about all the dealers that have the old logo exposed outside. They have to change it, make the new one. So it's an important work to change the logo. It's not such a simple stuff, let me say. And so, guys, let me know what you think about the new Peugeot logo. Give me your idea, your consideration, and see you in the next video. Bye bye from Motorasio.